finding that one goal which you really like, which you love doing. Instead, you chose that I will put some ridiculous timelines on my life. Who are you proving? And what great things you did while proving yourself? Did anything great? No. Hello everyone, I am Noyana Banerjee, a life and a business strategist who helps people who are anxious and lost in their careers to find their purpose, build their confidence, and become extraordinarily successful. That is my job, from anxiety to a long lasting success. So today I found a video over the internet which is titled as I am 30 and I'm a failure. And this person says that don't end up like me. So let's see how this man lives and what he has to say so that I should make sure that I don't end up like him. So without further ado, let's dive right into it.
I failed my goal in life, and that's what I'm here to say. When I was 22 years old, I had a dream. I had a dream that by 30 years old, I would travel the world, that I could have maybe a house, but I would just have like a little bit of money, right? And I wouldn't be working at the same job by the time I turned 30.
This is your problem. You put some ridiculous timelines in your own life. Ridiculous timelines. You tell me, if you have everything, for example, you're a millionaire, you have a house, you have a big car, you have private jets by 30, what would you do after 30? What would you do after 30? The real joy, the real beauty, the real excitement is in the journey of achieving your goals. Because while achieving your goals, you see the potential you have. The kind of things which you could do, which you could never imagine that you could actually do. That is the real excitement. That is the real courage. That is the beauty of doing a business, of working towards it. Maximizing and exploring the ends of your human potential. We put some ridiculous timeline like by 30 I will have everything, but we don't think that what will we do after 30. And this is what happens when you put some ridiculous timelines. You spend time thinking and overthinking, getting worried that okay, now I've reached 23, I haven't reached here. Okay, I've reached 25, okay, I haven't started. And all those 8 years, 7 years, you just spent overthinking, depressed, anxious, worried that your age is clocking, but at the same time you are nowhere. Which you could have spent instead on finding that one goal which you really like, which you love doing, which is promising to you, which is exciting to you, and sticking to that. Instead, you chose that I will put some ridiculous timelines on my life and I will try achieving the success at the earliest possible so that I can prove my people, I can prove around the world. Who are you proving? And what great things you did while proving yourself? Did anything great? No. Come on, people. Stop putting some random timelines which is basically pulling you further away from your goals. It's not helping you anymore.
That shit did not turn out. But you know what? It's all right. And what could I do but keep going? And that's what I got to do.
People think that just working hard will make them reach somewhere. That I just have to keep going, I just have to work hard and I will reach. I'm sure you worked hard if you had this big goals, this big aspirations. You worked damn hard, you gave everything to find the right one, to finally get on a path to achieve all of these things. What happened? Reached to a point where working doesn't seem to be working hard, it seems obvious. Because that business or that work which you're currently doing requires that kind of a work, that requires that kind of a persistence, requires that kind of a commitment, requires that number of hour investment. It doesn't seem hard work, it just seems obvious. Say for example, if you're flipping burgers, I'm sure this person is not flipping burgers, but say for example, if you are flipping burgers for 8 years, that means now you know how to make great burgers. If that excites you, if that interests you by any chance, make a commitment to your own self that I will learn to make the world's most beautiful, mouth-watering, tasty burgers. Like the world has never tasted, the world has never seen. When you do that, in no time, you will be way ahead of your competition, way ahead of your competition. They will be nowhere near you. Just because nobody knows the trick and techniques and trade of making mouth watering soft burgers. You could have thought, you could have invested your time in thinking how to make great burgers instead of getting worried and anxious and depressed that, time is running, my clock is ticking, and I haven't reached anywhere. I haven't been able to prove myself. I haven't been able to prove the world that, oh, by 22, I'll become successful. When you put ridiculous timelines, automatically your brain is spent thinking that your time is running, your clock is running, your time is moving. The moment you start thinking your life in terms of mission, the depression fades away, the anxiety is long gone, the worry is long gone. You don't put hard work anymore. What you put is commitment, what you show is persistence, what you have is passion. That is when things really start getting exciting and life finally starts turning in your favor. You start seeing results, you start earning money, you start seeing potential in you. The real excitement is not in chasing timelines. The real excitement is basically exploring the expanse of your human potential, exploring all that aspects of you which you could never thought that you had it in yourself. You never thought that you could do that. But when you start doing, you start gaining confidence in your own self. That is the excitement is about. That is what business is all about. That is how what success looks like. When you see that other people getting successful, what they're really interested in is constantly testing their potential. They don't put timelines that by 40 I want to have 4 yachts. All they have is a mission. All they have is a true purpose. If you ask them, are you working hard? They would say, of course not. I'm working towards a mission. I'm working towards finding myself. That is what all of the successful people do. Just working hard, keep going doesn't cut it anymore.